Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am once again using the Darling Dreamer kit in my Recollections planner this time. I've already done a Erin Condren Vourly style using this same kit, and I will link that at the end. It turned out beautifully, but since I love it when my spreads match no matter which planner I'm using, I'm going to do a spread in this one too. It's going to be slightly different since I like to mix it up and keep things fresh. I'm starting off by laying down these thicker strips of washi, and I'm lining it up with the dotted line that is between the word and the top of the first row of headers. And then I'm going to be putting my date covers lined up with the top of the page. I purposefully cut them so that there's a little sliver of white right above the date cover, and I think that it complements the little space that is underneath the washi really well. So there's just a thin white line above and below the date section. I absolutely love the colors of this kit. The deep reds and the dark blue that almost looks black really pop against the rose gold and the lavender. It's really beautiful. Next up, I'm going to prepare for my bottom washi. Normally I would put my artist's tape down in a horizontal way that covers the entire blue area, but this time, since I'm going to be using both thicknesses of washi, I don't have to worry about the blue being covered on the top or the bottom. I do need to worry though about the width because it's just slightly narrower than the blue area, so I'm only adding my artist tape on the edges. I'm also going to lay it down on the sidebar, just covering the green part. It got a little bit wrinkled, but overall when it's done I can't even tell. Here comes the thicker piece of washi, and I'm taking it all the way to the bottom of the page, and then I'm going to put this thinner washi right on top. It goes into the vertical space of the bottom third of the column, but I'm not worried about that. I think it looks still pretty good. And there we go. Put my quote box up there, taking it all the way to the top because I know it's January. I don't need that giant flag. This week I'm going to put my full boxes in the middle row so that I have my stripe of color with my date covers and then mostly white space in the top row. The middle row is going to be colorful and full of pattern. The bottom row is going to be sort of white space, and then another thick stripe of color and pattern in the bottom washi. I think it's going to look really good with that alternating. I'm going to use that middle row this time for my purchases. And since I want some white space, I'm going to be using check strips instead of the ombre heart checklist boxes. I'm doing my best to spread the colors out a little bit so I don't have red and blue next to each other all the time. I do want to put some of that lavender in, but there are only two of them, so I needed to figure out where I could put them so that it looks like there isn't just this huge block of only red and blue. So this little lavender strip goes up there. And I learned from my mistakes of last week of doing the headers first and then having to pick a lot of them up. So this time I put all of my box elements down first, and then I'm putting down my headers. Usually I would use my custom headers by Kinlan Prints Company, but I was going through them and I couldn't find any that were a close enough color match for this week, so I went with the headers that came with the kit. I'm using the Today header up at the top, and I'm just going to write down things in general that are YouTube or social media related in the top. The second row is going to be my purchases as well as any mail that I receive, and they are in small packages, so I think little things is an appropriate one for that. And then the bottom is going to be my to-do section, since that covers what I do for my YouTube channel, either filming or uploading or editing. And I know what each box means, so to do feels appropriate as well. I'm going to be filling up some of that space by laying down some half boxes. And I'm going to make it a little bit more visually interesting by turning some of them the other direction. My editing days are the ones that are turned up sideways. And I laid this one down, but I quickly realized that my weekend banner is not going to fit on the weekend if I use a half box, so I'm switching that out for a quarter box. And then I'll put my weekend banner down. I like to lay it over white space because then I don't have to do as much detailed cutting at the bottom of the banner. I can leave it white and it blends in better with a white background. Filling in my sidebar, I'm laying down a weekly habit tracker, which I'm going to use to track my Instagram stories. A couple of quarter boxes so that I can write down the themes of each of the Plan With Me's that I'm filling this week. And then a weekly sidebar sticker because I'm doing a daily doodle challenge, and so I can write down what I'm supposed to be drawing each day. The social media tracker is by Pretty on Paper Company. This laptop is by Wild Sunshine Company. And then my film, edit, and upload stickers are by Once More With Love. Those are some very recognizable munchkins. And it is looking pretty done. Here is the finished spread. If you want to see how I used this in my other planner with a very different style, feel free to check out my Vourly Plan With Me using the same kit. If you want to follow both spreads and how they change throughout the week, feel free to follow me on Instagram at @ReesePlans and check out some more Recollections Plan With Me's. I have a whole playlist. Feel free to subscribe, and I love comments. I'll talk to you next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.